your Oh My Hi customer support person. And I'm here with my friend Sammy. Sammy, I'm just going to let you introduce yourself to those who might not know you.
Yeah, I'm Sammy Bedell Mulhern, and I am a website strategist supporting all of the lovely Oh My Hi people.
Awesome. All right. So today, what we're going to talk to you about on the Oh My Hi Insider is our forms. And a lot of people, I think, underutilize the forms. Like they don't know the potential of them. So we have um, a few examples of forms that we think are doing a great job on Oh My Hi. And Sammy's going to walk you through them and sort of give you an idea of what you can use forms for. And then I'm just going to show you at the end how easy it is to make them. So I'm just going to pass it over to you, Sammy.
Yay! Yeah, I agree. Forms are not just contact forms anymore, so you can use them for so many different types of things. And Oh My Hi makes it super easy to kind of use them for lead generation, for downloadables, for information, however you want. So we've got 5 examples here that we're going to share. And so the first one, I love this. Tell me about your referral. So she has a whole referral program. So you can fill out this information, who you referred to her, their name and phone number. So what's great about this is understanding who your customers are sending your way, or if you have a new customer and you're like, wait, where did this person come from? You kind of know that information. But then I love how she just kind of walks you through all of the information as well. So she has a whole referral program. So that's a great way to use forms to thank your customers for sharing people with you, because that's a hard thing. How do we get our customers to send us their friends and family and all the good people?
Hmm.
Okay, so then this one, I love these photos, by the way, they crack me up. Um, but this is an order form. So if you want to actually allow people to buy your inventory or buy your product, you can put your product in here and the quantities even. And I believe, Lisa, you can put inventory in on your back end, right? So you can make sure that you're not overselling
Yep.
what you have.
Yep. Absolutely. And
So
we have the
here,
connection with Stripe too. So it's easy access to credit card payments. There's no fumbling around. Oh, send me this money, which is awesome.
yeah, that's so great. So then, yeah, easy form down here. She has the option for delivery and pickup, but you don't have to do that. But again, another kind of great feature. There's coupon options in here if you want
Hmm.
to reward your customers. And then you can submit your form and people can place orders directly within your Oh My Hi site. And what's great about that too is if you're using the CRM, you're also tracking that information on the back end all in one neat and handy place. So that's another great use for a form.
And just to dive a little bit deeper in there, so when somebody places that order, it's not like you have to go in and search for it. The system is set up to send you an email. So it's like, hey, Lisa, like you have this order, make sure you fulfill it.
That's awesome. Easy peasy.
Hmm.
I love that. And who doesn't love getting emails that say, hey, you have an order? I love this option. So this is a quiz. We all love a good quiz. This is a great option for a lead magnet to get people's email addresses. So this is also built into Oh My Hi, where you can walk people through questions. And then it sends them kind of a customized list of information for kind of what you're looking for. So this is discover your child's reader type. You take the quiz, and then my assumption is I haven't completed all of this, but my assumption is
Yeah.
then you get an email that says, okay, this is your child's reader type, and here's information about that. So a
Yeah,
great,
she
great way.
actually has this going to a web page on her site first. So it redirects to a web page when you finish it, telling you about your child's reader type. And the great thing that she does on this one is she gives books suggestions. So not only is she giving the person value by providing them with their reader type, but she also says, hey, these are the books that you might be interested in to help your child with their reading.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
I love that. And if you're nervous about doing a quiz because you don't know how to like get to the results side, we're not going to dive too deep into that today. Maybe we need to do a whole one on quizzes, but
Maybe.
um, but it's easy mapping on the back end to say if they pick this they get this, if so it makes it really really easy to do it. You don't have to do a bunch of mathing or stress out about kind of how you figure out what your options are, but this is a really great way to connect because number one, you're getting them on your email list, number two, you're providing them tremendous value, and number three, you're learning a lot about your customers so that you can then follow up with more personalized recommendations because they're telling you kind of what they need. So I love a good quiz. um Okay, so then I hate saying names, so I'm not gonna say her name.
Amory.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
sure she gets that all the time. So,
yeah, I'm so bad at names. But this is a form to kind of ask about her permanent jewelry business. And so, if she's out at a vendor event or if she's meeting people, this is a great way for people to get in touch with her and say, like, I want more information. And what I love about this is it's short and sweet. She's not asking for a ton of questions. And I think that's a big question, Lisa, we get all the time is, well, how much information is too much on a
mhm.
form? And so I just want to make sure we throw that out there in this conversation is it's as much information, the minimal amount of information that you need to be able to complete the task that you're looking for, right? So
Yeah.
if it's just to get on an email list or a lead magnet, name, email, done, right?
Hmm.
If you're trying to text people, then you want to have a phone number if that's the purpose. So, what is the purpose of your form, and what's the least amount of information that you need to be successful with then following up with that person based off of that action? So, I love how simple this is. She's not asking a ton of questions because she knows that that personal connection is going to be more important. I just need to capture your information and I'll do the follow up and make sure that we kind of take things to the next step. But is there anything you would
So
add?
I wanted to say about this form in particular. So this person had a TikTok go viral and she was trying to connect with people manually. Like, okay, thanks for commenting, how can I get you the information? And she was going crazy. So she reached out to us and said, I need help. We ended up helping her create this form and she just stuck it in the link in bio. And she, in 1 month, I believe, if I'm not getting the numbers incorrect, but 1 month she sponsored 80 people
Wow.
to her team. And a lot of it was from this because not only does she have this form set up, but she has a backend automation linked to the form that as soon as they fill it out, she sends them the information that they're requesting. So there's no more waiting around. There's no more, how can I get that information to you? They're filling this form out, they're getting the information, and then she has a follow-up system set in action too. So it's all automated behind the scenes. And then she has the time to take and do the one-on-one follow-ups for the people who seem a little bit more interested.
That's so good. So if they
Mhm.
don't respond to that email follow up, then they're just kind of fishing. But if they're actually interested, she knows how to spend her time wisely. That's so great.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, well, our last one is our very own Lisa Duck. But I love this because we kind of shared with Kathy with her ordering how you can do product. But Lisa, you use this to sell your digital products.
Hmm.
And so you can see here, this is kind of what you would see with a standard landing page for a course that you might be signing up for. So she's got all the information here. But again, she could sell multiple courses. The name and information is here again with coupons, and then people can pay for the course. And then again, I'm assuming once people sign up, you have emails automated and set up to deliver that
Yep,
product immediately. So again, you don't have to manually pay attention to get people what they need. It's just all happening, and you can just focus on loving on your customers and your students and giving them the resources that they need.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And I just like to show this one because a lot of people just assume, that form is just at the bottom and you send
Right.
it. I love that you can customize the layout, you can customize whatever you want. So basically you're building a web page to insert the form.
Yep.
So it can look
However you want.
yeah, it's like it could suit your brand however you need it to look. So,
Well, and before I turn it over to you, Lisa, I do just want to reiterate, like, we didn't show you an example of a standard contact form
no.
because while they do have their place, people want engagement, they want value, they want to know what they're getting, they want to come in for a purpose and take a specific action. And so a general contact form that's just like, get in touch with me to know more, you're not going to see as many conversions. So the examples that we showed you here are teed up for conversions, which is going to get you better results. So doesn't mean you shouldn't have a general contact form on your page, but really just be thinking differently about how you're using them and what you're doing so that you can really encourage people to get in touch with you in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. All right. So I'm going to take it over and I'm going to share the back end of my site. So first thing I wanted to say is that forms are available on whatever plan you get on Oh My High. You don't have to have a specific plan. They come with the standard, the plus, or the premium plans. The only difference is on the plus and the premium plan, you actually have the CRM email marketing, which allows you to do a lot of the automation, the follow-up and that. So you could still capture leads on the starter plan, but a lot more of the follow-up is going to be manual. Okay, so that's the one thing that I wanted to draw your attention to. So we have this section here, forms. Sammy was saying about, you can create the inventory. So yes, with inside your global settings, you have the ability to track inventory. We can connect our Stripe payments. We can create coupon codes and all that stuff. In this section, I don't want to click because it might give away some email addresses, but you could track all of your entries there. And then when you go in here and you're going to create your form, it's as simple as clicking on add new form. Now you could go it alone and you could start from scratch, but with Oh My High, we always have templates for you to choose from. And even I start my forms with a template because I don't want to start with a blank slate. So there's different ones here. So basic forms. This is more of a conversational. So that one is more compared to the quiz that Sammy was showing. So it goes page to page to page. These are like an inline form, so everything's there on the one page for you. We have a simple RSVP form that's ready, simple subscribe forms, and then down here we have the options for our payments. So whether you're selling like actual inventory, this is great. Like, so if you have people who are just sending in an amount that they can, you ever have those things, Sammy, where people pay what they can afford
Mm-hmm.
or right,
Yeah.
you could have a form set up for that. And then this one is just like a simple form, something like where I was selling my course. This is my go-to one, the stacked subscribe form. I usually create all my forms starting from that because I like the layout stacked on top of each other. Super simple. Like, I mean, you can add things that you need by just clicking here and choosing what you want. So if I wanted to add phone number, all I would have to do is start typing phone and I could drop it in here. Then I have control over here on the right hand side. I can make it a required field or not a required field. Depending on how advanced you want to get, there's different options where you could create a conditional logic section and so forth. I won't get too much into that because that, again, that sometimes overwhelms people. But like if you look on here on the right hand side in the input fields, you can see all the different type of fields that you could have: multiple choice, checkbox, radio field, drop down. You could have a section where they put their URL. You can have a section where they're uploading files or uploading an image. You name it. You can even have a section with a custom HTML. So when you actually go in here, you have the ability to add media, so images or anything within your form. So you can, this is where if you're selling a product and you wanted to put a picture of the product, you can put it in there. But it's super easy to customize the form. Your button, you can update what you want it to say. Just we could do buy now. If I could, I'm typing over here, guys, because of course, just before I came on, my Apple stuff lost charge, so I have no battery in them, so I have to use my laptop. So,
Technology.
so it's like buy now. You can change the size of the button. You could change the alignment, all that stuff. You can customize it however you need. But this is how you create the basic form. Then what we have is the ability to go into, oh, I better save it. We're hiding behind it. Okay, so that saves it. Then you could go into the settings and integration and you could create a custom confirmation page. So this is basically when somebody fills it out and hits submit or subscribe, it's the message that pops up on the screen or the action that happens when they hit that. So this one could be just a little message that pops up saying, thanks for subscribing. If I had a specific page that I wanted to take them to, that tells them a little bit about what they've just did. So, if, for example, the quiz, if there's a page that says, "Oh, thank you for submitting. This is your reader type. These are the books I suggest," you could create a page on your site, or you can even take them to a custom URL. So, this, for example, if you have something where you're delivering a PDF. You have a freebie that you're delivering. You can upload that PDF into your media library on Oh My High and use the custom URL that's created, and then it delivers the PDF as soon as they hit the button. Instant gratification, people want that. Like they're clicking and they want what they want right away. So there's other sections in here. I won't go into all of them, but this is a common one, the email notification. So this is where I was saying that once a form is submitted, we'll get an email notification to our email saying, hey, somebody has submitted your form. And then the integration. So this is if you have the CRM, you have the ability to go in here and map it out so that it ends up into your CRM under the specific tag so that you can then either set up automations or set up some sort of follow-up system or even add them to a weekly, like this one here is a subscribe form. So that would be your newsletter email or something along that lines. But I
And you
mean,
can do that for each form, right? So each form can have its own.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Each form has its own integrations, its own settings. And in here, you'll have the ability to see who has submitted that form once you have entries. So you can export it if you want to do a little bit more deep diving in Excel or something like that. But yeah, it's all here on a simple screen. And it's easy to link to your site. So once you have a form created, you're just going to come into your pages and you're going to add a new page. And you could simply go to the blue plus up here. I just like to type in the word form, and then all of the patterns that actually include a form will pop up at the bottom here. So you could pick whichever design you like. This is a super simple one where you're just adding the information, a header and a brief description of the form. And then when we click on this option here, just going to move us again, sorry. You have the ability to pick one of the forms that you've created. So, something simple like that, and it will just populate your form in there so that now you have an actual URL from this page that you could share out to anyone who's interested.
I love
Yeah.
that. And so, a question that I ask you too, what's nice is if you're using the same form on multiple pages, when you
Hmm.
go in and edit that form, if you need to change something or change the language, then it just automatically changes it everywhere where that form exists,
Correct.
right? So that
Yeah.
makes it easier too for your editing and your staying on top of things.
Yeah. And this is going to be a new one if our current users really haven't dived much into it. But there was just a recent update where we could do some more styling and updating to the form once it's actually on the page. So you could come in here and you could change like the button styles from within the page. It's not always done within the form now. So there is a full-blown tutorial coming on this, but yeah, feel free to play around with this because it's pretty awesome what we could do with it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Forms are such an important part because I think the thing that most people miss on their websites is, okay, I've got great content, people are coming, but like, what do I need to do?
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
love that there's so many options within Oh My High to be able to convert in a way that makes sense for where people are in their journey with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the ability to customize the form so much because I have a form that leads to the same automation in different layouts
Mm,
because I might put it on my page on a page somewhere where I need it to be like just a single line, but then another page I need it to be stacked.
yeah.
So don't be afraid to create multiple forms that lead to the same outcome because it might look better for that specific page you're using it on.
That's so good and so true. And why reinvent the wheel for every little thing?
Exactly. Exactly.
I love it. Well, this has been great. And if people have more questions about a specific type of form that they might need to create, they can join you live every week and ask those questions because
Hmm.
there's so many more. And I think if you have questions about a specific type of form, I think pop those into the comments and Lisa can throw you the tutorial that they already have up to kind of finish it off.
Yeah, so many different options like RSVPs and the possibilities are endless.
I love it. Well, I think that wraps it up for us here today.
Yeah,
If you have any questions, let us know. And I guess we'll see everybody next month.
on our next Oh My High Insider. See you